Well, the leader of Hamas is expected in Cairo for talks on a new truce with Israel in Gaza, raising hopes that a deal may be near. Reports say a proposal for a 6-week ceasefire is being considered by negotiators. The plan would also allow for more aid to be delivered into the Gaza Strip. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says efforts are underway to secure the release of more hostages. Hamas-led militants captured around 250 people in their 7th October attack on southern Israel. More than 130 are still being held captive.
אנחנו פועלים להשיג מתווה נוסף לשחרור חטופינו, אבל אני מדגיש, לא בכל מחיר. יש לי קווים אדומים, ביניהם אנחנו לא נסיים את המלחמה, אנחנו לא נוציא את צה"ל מהרצועה, ואנחנו לא נשחרר אלפי מחבלים. אנחנו פועלים כל הזמן לשחרור חטופינו ולהשגת יעדי המלחמה הנוספים, חיסול החמאס, להבטחה שעזה לא תהווה עוד איום על ישראל. אנחנו עובדים על שלושתם יחד, ולא נוותר על אף אחד מהם.
In Gaza, there has been no let-up in fighting. Battles are raging in the southern city of Khan Yunis, where Israel claims leading Hamas militants are hiding. Doctors at Al-Amal hospital in Khan Yunis have had to treat patients on the ground. Following the siege of hospitals, some ambulances have been working in the area as mobile clinics. Officials say more than 27,000 people have been killed in the enclave since the 7th of October. And for more, Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv. Sarah, there are reports of protests growing in Israel at the Ashdod port. What have you heard about what's happening there?
Hello there, Wei Su. Well, look, this is ongoing as we come on air. A large number of demonstrators, many of them far-right religious people, also settlers from the West Bank gathering at Ashdod port. They are blocking roads, preventing trucks from actually coming through. We do have pictures of some of these people even inspecting these trucks, seeing what is on these trucks. Of course, this is a major port down in southern Israel. It brings in a lot of goods, which are then obviously distributed through the country. But this is also a place where aid has been coming in to then go into the Gaza Strip. They are holding up signs saying things like no aid for terrorists. And we can report that among this group of demonstrators is one Israeli lawmaker from the Knesset, a far-right lawmaker there. And look, this comes on the back of protests that we've really been seeing for the last week or so. Protests down at the Kerem Shalom border crossing and also the Nitzan crossing, which have both now been declared closed military zones to stop these demonstrators from blocking aid going into the Strip. So this is certainly picking up. Many protests are organised around the country this weekend as people grow increasingly frustrated with the government and its lack of action on bringing these hostages who do remain in the Strip home.
So, as you mentioned, a lot of pressure there on the government to bring those hostages home. We've heard the Prime Minister just a few minutes earlier saying he feels the need to do that, but not, in his words, at any cost. Do we know if much progress is being made on this latest deal to have a temporary ceasefire, deliver more aid and bring more hostages home?
Well, look, that remains to be seen, Wei Su. We do understand that the senior Hamas leadership, including Ismail Haniyeh, they will be in Cairo today for talks with senior Egyptian officials. But there are really large gaps that still do remain between what we're hearing from Hamas and then what we're hearing from the Netanyahu government. Hamas has been continuing to say that it will not release any hostages until it is assured that there will be a ceasefire at the end of this, while Israel continues to say that there will be no ceasefire until the hostages are released. But look, he's coming under immense pressure, not just from the general public here in Israel, but also from within his government. We're talking here about the far-right flank, the National Security Minister, a very controversial man, Itamar Ben-Gvir. He is now threatening to bring down the government if Benjamin Netanyahu goes and makes a deal that he doesn't like, saying it might be irresponsible. He says that he will then leave the coalition, but it certainly does seem as though Netanyahu may have a safety net here. This is being offered by the opposition, Yair Lapid from the Yesh Atid party. He says that if these right-wing parties abandon Netanyahu and potentially try to cause a government collapse, that he will step in to provide this safety net, not for Netanyahu's benefit politically, but to try and get a deal through to bring these hostages home.
Oh, thanks for that. Sarah Coles reporting live from Tel Aviv.